It's a gray, cloudy day. It's 34 degrees. We all have to go back to work tomorrow. And the Colts are playing the Texans. Now that we're all in a great mood, let's make some money today on All Indiana Bets.
Hey, I'm Scott Long, and what do we do on this show? We gamble responsibly, we drink responsibly, and we eat like Vikings at the end of the show. Hey, that's what you got to do when you got the Colts going on to the Texans. Let's make it happen.
This is All Indiana Bets, presented for the people by Caesars Sportsbook. We are all Caesars.
Thank you for spending your Sunday with us. We're All Indiana Bets.
What does All Indiana Bets mean, Peter? I always say to Peter, our producer, I always say this. What it means is we are a couple dudes. We're like your buddies, you know? This is a tailgate for your TV. We're a couple guys that are going to give you some comedy, and we're also going to give you ways to make money, because there's not much else to be concerned about today with the NFL.
Hat tip to the Indiana General Assembly in 2019 for making sports betting legal.
Thank you.
Because other than betting on this Colts and Texans game today, why would anybody have interest in this bad boy? We're going to break everything down that you need to know for this pivotal matchup where draft picks are on the line today. But first, let's go down to the Factory of Sadness. Let's go to Lucas Oil Stadium, where our very own Charlie Clifford and Angela Moyan are standing by.
Hey guys, week 18, Angela Moran, Charlie Clifford. Angela, I can't believe this is the final chapter of what has been one of the more bizarre seasons in Colts history. A fitting ending, Texans, Colts. How are you feeling?
This is the most appropriate ending to this season. Two of the worst teams in the NFL going at it against each other. It's very quiet out here in Lucas Oil Stadium because nobody wants to watch this game today, but we got an eye on it for you. And what we have an eye on is bad offense on both sides of the ball. Texans and Colts, bare bottom when it comes to scoring, yards per game, yards per play, you name it. These teams are two of the worst in the NFL.
Sam Ehlinger, the big debate, Angela, is there enough, if he shows you good football today, to make any decision on his future next year? My answer to that is no. It's just like the latest missed opportunity for this team. This
is a 10-game streak. The Colts quarterbacks haven't thrown 250 yards. This is the longest streak of that since 1991. Can Ehlinger break that? We'll have to see. I don't know.
We're going to find out, guys. It's been a fun season. Thanks for having us along. Sending it back to you.
And Scott, driving into the show today, around 10:45-ish, I'm coming up Meridian Street.
Right.
I pass Lucas Oil Stadium. I pass Georgia Street. It looks like an average Tuesday outside. I don't see anybody in jerseys. There's no tailgating. Even the parking staff, they're kind of mailing it in and waving that flag, just very defeated. It's one of those games today, but it's a game on the NFL schedule, and we're going to bet on it because that's how we get down. And Scott, you picking Indianapolis Colts games. Not good.
Oh, my Lord.
Not good.
Hey, can I just put this out as a defense for me? Yesterday we showed a burst. Scott's 31-16 college football last 11 weeks. Look at this. This is crushed my spread record. Do you know how many of those games I bet on this year with my own money this year? 2 of those. I don't trust the Colts. Don't take my advice. But it's called, what is this show called?
All Indiana Bets.
So it is our contractual obligation to give you some kind of pick that we...
That's how bad this game is. We've got our arms tied behind our back, having to pick the Colts and the Texans game.
So here we go.
Who you got?
I, last minute, decided to go with the Texans. Here's why. The Texans really need to lose, so they'll get the first pick in the draft. But guess what? The Colts could end up being, like, if they win, getting the 6th pick. That's not going to help the Colts. The Colts need to get one of the top 2 quarterbacks. Both teams are going to play so hard to lose. It's going to be like, guys, get out here. Lovie Smith will be like, you know what we do. I'm Lovie Smith. We've lost 70 of our last 95 games in my college and pro career. I'm predicting a tie. Do you think a tie couldn't happen?
We've seen that movie before.
Yes, let's go to Hammer and me together now. First game, tie.
Yes, tied.
Let's make it perfect. The full circle in life doesn't happen often.
Who blows a 17-point fourth quarter lead to this Colts offense?
Yes.
The Houston Texans do.
Yes, so I'm predicting a tie. I can't wait. If you can find it somewhere, I'm sure you get good odds on that
Take
one.
a look at it, for sure. Listen, I don't like this game any more than you guys do, but I'm going to go with the Colts in this one for one reason. Lovie Smith.
Oh.
Lovie Smith is the coach of the Houston Texans, and this guy has done me dirty my entire gambling life. Back when he was the coach of the Bears, when he was mailing it in with the coach of the Illini, and now with the Houston Texans. And look at the quarterback situation here. So you've got Davis Mills. He's the quarterback of the Texans. He knows his time in Houston is about done, but he's still going to be in the league next year. He's going to be somebody's backup because the Texans are going to draft Bryce Young with that first overall pick. Now, the Colts, on the other hand, you've got Sam Ehlinger. He's playing to become a starting quarterback in the XFL next year. He's playing to keep his football career alive, and for that reason, and home field advantage, where tickets are going for $12 on the open market, I think you're going to have 7 or 8 rowdy Colts fans make just enough noise where the Colts cover today. -2.5 and what quite possibly could be the worst game the NFL has seen all season long. Now, you're also asking yourself, what if I don't like any of these teams?
Yeah.
What if I don't like the Colts or the Texans? You can bet on players today. You can do some player prop bets. And for this game, for a game of this magnitude, we're looking at the kicker. Yes, that's right, the kicker, because nobody's going to score touchdowns in this game, but I think the defenses are just bad enough to where Chase McLaughlin could get into field goal range multiple times. We're going to ride the lightning here, Scott. Over 1.5 made field goals for Chase McLaughlin today. And yes, this is what our season as Colts fans has come down to, kicker props on the final week of the regular season.
Remember when they were selling season tickets to the fans? I know that's what they were saying. Last game of the year, we could have 3 or 4 field goals in it. Man, when you go down to Lucas Oil, which is the best stadium.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. They did a lot of things right. I happen to love the Colts. I don't know what this team is particularly, but when you go down there and you're bummed and there's been seasons where there's no chance, you go with your friends. You have a couple drinks. You grab some food and enjoy yourself. Maybe you make a bet on Caesars Sportsbook. That's what our show is. Do it from your house. Don't go down to Lucas Oil. What do we got happening from now on?
Well, if you want to get a head start on all of the action we've got lined up today, scan that QR code right there by Scott's head. Scan that bad boy in. Get a head start.
I look good that way.
If you want to come back, hang out with your TV pals, have some laughs, have some drinks, have some food maybe, we'll do that when we come back on All Indiana Bets.
All Indiana Bets is presented for the people by Caesars Sportsbook, the only sports betting app you need.
We're taking you all the way up to kickoff of the early games today. It's All Indiana Bets, and we've got some end-of-the-year awards we can make some wagers on here, Scott. First, let's talk about Comeback Player of the Year.
Okay, let me ask you about that. How do you feel what makes you a comeback player? Does that mean you were hurt? That means you play like crap? That means you were in a bad situation? I mean, where do you lean usually on that?
Well, I think we got a little bit of everything that you just mentioned with some of the odds here. So you've got Christian McCaffrey at +145, coming back from an injury. Geno Smith at +175.
He'd be in a crack.
Coming back from being terrible. Saquon Barkley coming back from injury, +240. Jared Goff, +1,500. So Scott, Comeback Player of the Year, whatever that means to you, what are you looking at?
First off, can we put money down next year on Jonathan Taylor?
Oh, okay.
Remember him?
I remember Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, he was like gonna lead us, and then there was nobody leading him. Can Quentin Nelson get the thing? No, he can't. He's a guard. No one cares. I'm gonna take Christian McCaffrey. Here is why. He is kind of the favorite. I don't usually like favorites. You don't get the good money. He's a handsome guy. He's got his flag and anthem, things. I think some of the voters will be like, I get those clothes. I like it. I like that country guy that sells that stuff. Christian McCaffrey, there's the breakdown you don't get on other football shows.
So I'm going to go with the guy that was not injured last year, but he played like it his entire career, Geno Smith. Now listen, if you've watched this program, I've been a little hard on Geno Smith. I may have said that he was a disaster, he was a bust, that he's probably more apt to be working at Geno's sub shop than being the quarterback of an NFL franchise. But lo and behold, there's a chance he's going to lead the Seahawks to a playoff berth. A lot of things have to happen today, but it's on the table. So I like the juice a little bit. I like it, the juice. Give me Geno Smith here. All right, how about this one? Offensive Rookie of the Year. Kenneth Walker, Michigan State product. He's the clubhouse favorite at -140. Garrett Wilson, +220. Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, +350. And Chris Olave, the former Buckeye, at +1600. Scott, any of these names do anything for you?
My problem is it's about the money, and that is often what our show is about. It's about fun, and it's about the money. -140 means you don't even get a full buck back for that. He's got to be the favorite, but let's say Seattle slips up. They don't play well today against the Rams. I think that's a possibility. There's this guy named Brock Purdy. What a story that is. He's only played half the year. Is that enough games? I don't know, but he's a quarterback of possibly the best team in the NFL. It's such a magical story. He has a good day today, and all of a sudden, what? Your toes are tapping. I just stole a hammer. Like, I'm probably going to pay money for that. I would go with Brock.
Listen, winning back some money is better than not winning money at all. Kenneth Walker is the play here. And I see a lot of Jonathan Taylor comparisons. You brought up Jonathan Taylor a second ago. This was a really good running back coming from a Big Ten school, gets drafted in a league built for quarterbacks and receivers. But if you find the right situation, he can do the exact same things in the NFL that he did in college. Walker has done that. The juice is kind of bad, I'm with you, but would you rather win a little bit or nothing at all? Kenneth Walker is my play here. Last one, Coach of the Year candidates. We're looking at Sirianni, we're looking at Shanahan, we're looking at the Giants coach, we're looking at the Jags coach. Does Jeff Saturday make your list?
Oh, he's on there. I mean, he's at +1 million.
So if you had to hitch your wagon with one of these guys, who is it?
I think Daboll has been the best coach because I look at some of these other coaches and they're like, they got some good quarterbacks, they have good players. This guy made Daniel Jones look like a player that they're actually going to re-sign. I never thought that could happen. Daboll was a miracle worker, I think, in a lot of ways with Josh Allen. He rebooted his brain. They figured out he's as much of a runner as a passer. Jones is more of a runner than a passer. I think he's done a wonderful job. This is what the Colts are going to need next year, is a tough guy who's smart and works with the players that he has, not forces them into a certain system.
I think that's probably where the voters are going to go. But if you're asking me who deserves it, Doug Peterson of Jacksonville. Last night, the Jags went from worst to first. They won the division. Doug Peterson inherited a program in Jacksonville that was coming off a train wreck with Urban Meyer. The confidence was broken in your #1 draft pick, Trevor Lawrence. Fast forward 1 year later, 1 calendar year, they're the division champions, and Trevor Lawrence may have played the best month of football of any quarterback in the NFL. So give me Doug Peterson. I don't know if he will win or not, but he deserves to win. All right, Scott, give me your second official play of this final NFL regular season Sunday.
Okay, I'm being a bit of a rube here because you're going to look at this point spread and you're going to be like, what is going on? Wait, well, the Ravens are 11-point dogs to the Bengals? Because this line came out at like 7. Okay, a big part, of course, of this has to do with the quarterback. And that the smart money has obviously been dumping on it. And I'm guessing fans, too. It's got to be 90% on the Bengals right now. That's how a line goes from 7 to 11. Huntley is not playing. Brown, who played at Oregon, is the quarterback. This is more of a situation where I think Harbaugh right now, Coach Harbaugh, is just like, hey, I got to get this team ready for the playoffs. We're going to play hard. We're going to try to win with this guy because there's no guarantee that Huntley's going to play next week. Does not look like Lamar Jackson is. And a bigger issue in this game is that Huntley hasn't played well anyway. What's the big difference? 11 points. The Ravens have been great as a road dog division, plus 11. What are the Bengals truly playing for on some levels? I love the Ravens in this spot. Give me the 11.
And with Kansas City securing that number 1 seed in the AFC yesterday, there's a chance these two teams could see each other in the very near future in the playoffs. Maybe the Bengals don't want to show a lot. My second official play of the day is the Lions getting 3 in the first half against the Green Bay Packers. This is a big one tonight. We're not really sure if the Lions are going to be playoff alive by the time this game kicks off, but the Packers win and they're in. But I love Detroit in the first half here. All season long, Green Bay has gotten off the slow starts and they've had to turn it on in the second half. Detroit has been totally the opposite. First half numbers against the spread. All teams in the NFL, nobody has a better record than the Detroit Lions. They're 12-4 in the first half against the spread. That is number 1 in the league. I like Dan Campbell. He's going to have these dudes ready to play, whether they have a chance to make the playoffs or not. He'll get into the spoiler role. And in the first half, I'll take the points. Give me the Lions with the 3.
Hammer, do you have like an analytics team? Where did you pull that?
That
was like great
man,
info.
That's the way we break things down week in and week out on All Indiana Bets. Now, if that was not good enough for you,
how could it not?
We've got the long shot coming up next.
Gotten better.
This is a game where Scott takes a long shot and he gives you the opportunity to win big bucks, baby. That's coming up next on All Indiana Bets.
The Long Shot, presented for the people by Caesars Sportsbook.
Anybody can bet favorites. Anybody can look at the team that's supposed to win and make a bet, but it takes someone special to find an underdog. It takes a champion to find a long shot, and Scott Long with the long shot has been on fire. Look at that, 19-11 NFL long shots, which means you're more than doubling your money on each one of these bets.
63%, most of them covered outright. What do we got happening today? A lot of people accuse me of only taking 2 or 3 point favorites, so they'll cover. Yeah, I'm smart.
It's still plus money.
It's still plus money.
Plus money is a good thing.
So what do I got on tap today? I just put the glasses on. I got the Rams and the Seahawks. Wait a minute, Scott. The Seahawks have to win this game. The Rams are playing for nothing. Have you noticed the Rams have been playing for nothing for 4 or 5 weeks? And almost every one of those games, they've played well. They've been playing better with Baker Mayfield than they played with Wofford or, sadly, Stafford. They're without Aaron Donald. Okay, they're without Kupp. Who's the better coach here, Hammer? Do you like Pete Carroll? Do you like McVay? I lean McVay. Do you think that Geno Smith is a big difference maker versus Baker Mayfield? Not that much. I'll just say right now, the pressure is on the Seahawks. The Seahawks have not played that well, actually, at home. They've been a better road team. Last 4 times these teams have met up, the Rams have covered all 4. Take the Rams, take it to the bank, 20-11 on the long shots.
I'm with you. Believe it or not, I'm with you.
That's
and if
concerning.
you followed this program throughout the season, you know where I stand on divisional games.
Yes.
Divisional unders cash tickets.
Yes.
Divisional unders. Now, I'm not on the total on this one, but I'm with the Rams getting 6. So those that bet know this. If it's a low total, and it's kind of a low total in this game, getting 6 points is an awful lot. I like what Baker Mayfield has done with the Rams, and I like Cam Akers. They've kind of been able to rediscover him the last 2 to 3 weeks with this Rams offense. 6 points is too many in a divisional game where we think the total is going to be a little lower. I'm with Scott. Give me the Rams and 6. Now, when we come back, we've got our best bets of the day. We call them the Lunazol Locks. Now, the reason we call them that, they're sponsored by Lunazol Tequila, and we get to go to the bar,
I'm
baby.
going now.
We are going to the bar. We've got our locks of the day coming up next. It's all Indiana Bets. Come on back.
The Lunazol Lock is brought to you by Lunazol Tequila.
Hey, if you haven't bought a bottle of Lunazol Tequila to get you through some of these games today, you still got time to go to the store, especially this Colts and Texans game today. But we've got a little something brewing here. We've got the Lunazol Tequila with the Diet Mountain Dew because we're health nuts around here.
The nectar of the gods. Never knew how delicious this is. Hey, keto friendly, by the way, too. You can tell we're very keto friendly.
Health nuts. All right, Scott, it's time for the Lunazol Lock of the Day. What are you looking at?
Once again, we got a game that truly speaks to the last game of the season. Two teams that thought things were going to go well. Does it really matter? Not that much. You got quarterbacks. Who are the quarterbacks? That should be a game. Who is the quarterback playing for the Dolphins? Because I bet 98% of you have no idea. His name's Skylar Thompson.
Sounds like he should be a bassist for a grunge band.
He does sound good that way. And you know what? The Dolphins are really not going to be hurt that much. I've watched him play. I saw him play at Kansas State. He played really well in the preseason. I'm not that worried about him. But Joe Flacco with the Jets, that's a different story. I don't like either one of these coaches. But if you've looked at the records, the Dolphins have been great in division, 6-0 against the spread this year. This seems to be where their coach, Nerd, is that his last name, Nerd?
I don't believe his name is Nerd, no.
I like smart people. I just don't know if they should be the football coach. I want them to fix my computer, that's for sure. I'll just tell you right now, don't like either one of these coaches. Like the Dolphins, though, they're at home. That's a big advantage. I don't know what the Jets are playing for now, but it doesn't appear like they have any clue on what they're going to do for quarterback, and Flacco isn't the answer. Take the Dolphins.
I'm looking at a divisional matchup in the AFC East, and again, there's a lot going on with the Buffalo Bills today. And, of course, they're going to be paying tribute to their teammate, Damar Hamlin. It's going to be an emotional day, but the news has been promising. The news has been good. So this tells me that Bills fans are going to be ready to rock. That joint is going to be bumping today, and I love Buffalo in this spot. Not only is Buffalo playing on the emotion of a long, challenging week, but the Patriots are going in the other direction. It's funny how Bill Belichick is a genius when he has Tom Brady as his quarterback, but when he was the coach of the Browns and right now, maybe not so much. 8 is not enough. I don't care what anybody that watched television in the late 70s and early 80s has to say. 8 is not enough. Give me the Bills. I'll lay the 8. Josh Allen is going to light this defense up. Crowd's going to be rocking. It's going to be an emotional day in Buffalo, and the Patriots have their foot out the door. They are done for the season. This one could get ugly early. Man, I'm all in on Buffalo.
Can I break down 8 is enough for about 8 seconds?
Please.
Okay. After the show, go to YouTube. Don't watch the Colts. Watch about a minute. You'll make you feel good. You'll watch 8 is enough. You'll be like, how's this Dick Van Patten guy scoring this beautiful wife?
Right.
Bob Newhart could do better, usually. And then on top of it, it's like, how's he have all these beautiful kids comb over Van Patten? I have never understood that at all. Though that little Adam Rich, I don't like his haircut either. Okay, now, That was the breakdown, probably of the year.
You're not going to get that on any other station. You're only getting that right here on All Indiana Bets. We got some prop bets to make. We're going to play Prop, Lock, or Drop It next.
There it is, prop, lock, or drop it. Your buddies, your sports friends, Hammer and I got to tell you, okay? People ask, do you get along with Hammer now? I joke about it. I enjoy Hammer. I probably wouldn't want to work with him during the week.
No.
Weekend Hammer, a blast.
I'm the fun weekend dad around here.
He gets the kids on once a weekend.
Right. We do big things on the weekend. The rest of the week, I go back to being the miserable miser that I am. Thank you, Scott.
Great. So first up, Lions visiting the Packers on Sunday Night Football. I am looking forward to this game. Isn't that weird? But I am. Jamal Williams, over-under, Detroit running back for touchdowns, is set at half. That means he's got to score a touchdown to win, or if he doesn't, do you lock, do you drop?
I am going to lock this one in because there's a lot at stake here. Number one, the offense works better when he has the ball in his hands. But even if the Lions are eliminated by the time this game kicks off, which could be a possibility, all throughout the week, we've heard the Lions coach, Dan Campbell, talk about the single season rushing record, which is held by Barry Sanders. Well, guess what? You only need one more to tie him, two more to beat him if you're Williams here. When your coach is talking about the rushing record, I got a hunch, just a feeling, that you might get some touches inside the red zone. So yes, lock this one in. Whether they're in it, whether they're eliminated, the Lions are going to try to at least get this touchdown record. Lock this in as an over.
That makes me sick. Barry Sanders is the most exciting player ever in the history of the NFL. He should own all Lions rushing records. I hope you lose, okay? I know that's not nice.
What happened to all that good feeling about me being the fun weekend guy? It turned sour, and I hope you lose pretty quick around here.
I like Barry Sanders more than you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Buffalo hosting New England Bills. I'm not really good at reading props.
No.
Bills quarterback, Josh Allen. Is he still the quarterback? He is
still the quarterback, yes.
Over under passing TDs is set at 1.5. Do you lock? Do you drop?
So this means you've got to get 2 touchdowns from Josh Allen to cash that ticket. Yes.
No.
Yes, this is happening. Lock this in. Because, again, I'm in on Buffalo today. I am in on the Bills. I think they're going to make a statement. Place is going to be rocking. And the Bills can throw on the Patriots. Patriots have nothing to play for here. This is a dead game to them. Josh Allen wants to give Bills Mafia, as they're known as, a little something to celebrate. So he's going to throw the ball around the yard. I like this. Lock this in as an over. And honestly, the money is pretty good on this one. I like it. Over.
I don't go with that one either. We'll see.
Okay. All right.
Same game. Patriots quarterback, Mac and Cheese Jones. That's my name. You've seen him with his combine shirt off. Over under for passing TDs is also set at 1. How is his the same as Josh Allen? 1.5? Is that a misprint? Hey, Peter, are you screwing up? I don't know what's going on here.
Producer Peter. No, this is legit because I think Vegas odds makers are thinking like I am. This is going to be a blowout, and garbage time touchdowns count the same as first quarter touchdowns. I can't get with it, though. I'm going to drop this one down. Anybody that's seen Mac Jones play the last couple of weeks, honestly, the past couple of months, knows that asking for 2 strikes through the air might be asking a little too much here. I don't like this one at all. I'm fading Mac Jones. I'm fading that number. Drop this one down as an under.
Unless he's playing for Alabama and has their receivers he had in college. I mean, what? That's insane. Okay, last one. I'm on that one. Rams visiting the Seahawks. LA running back Cam Akers. I heard Hammer talk about him. He's a fan. Over under for combined rushing and receiving yards, not that high, 87.5. Seattle's defense, What do? Do you lock? Do you drop?
Last couple of weeks, Cam Akers, involved in that Rams offense, has had over 100 yards combined. I think that continues today. Sometimes it's feast or famine with Cam Akers. You'll have 1 week where it's over 100 combined yards. 1 week, 5. But honestly, I think this is a game where the Rams are going to give you everything they got. There's chatter. There are some rumors that maybe Sean McVay is thinking about hanging him up. So if he's going to go out, he's going to go out giving you everything he's got. Cam Akers is playing for more money, better opportunities. I like Cam Akers in this spot. Lock this in as an over. And Scott, real quick, the thing that bothers me the most today is that the odds makers have caught on to contract incentive week.
I know.
So last couple of years, players who have had contract incentives, number of catches, number of yards, they were getting that in the final week, even with meaningless games. And we were taking Vegas to the bank. This year, a lot of the guys that have contract incentives, no player props. Unfortunately, I guess the odds makers are not in the business of losing money, so there's not a lot of player props for folks with contract incentives this week. That stinks. But we move on, and we've got final picks. So if you have stayed with us throughout the whole show, thank you. We're going to reward you with our final picks coming up next.
Presented for the people by Caesars Sportsbook. Your first bet is on Caesars. Bet up to $1,250. And if you don't win, you'll get it back as a free bet. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 and over.
The final week of the NFL regular season. Scott, give us another pick.
I got to my analytics guy. It's my son Sam. I said, take it easy on your math homework. Do a little focusing on Dad's main job. So he tells me this. The Vikings have lost their last 5 against the spread. Vegas is caught up. Then you throw in that the Vikings are 5-14 against the spread when they play the Bears. This is a situation where the Vikings never beat anybody by more than 3 points. The spread's off. I get it. Jay Peterman, Nathan Peterman, worst quarterback in the history of one game in the NFL, is playing for the Bears. This is not a game that the Vikings are going to put that much effort in either. They'll probably win by 3. That's what the Vikings do. Take the money, take those points.
The best product that Peterman ever put out, the Urban Sombrero, and that's a hill that I'm going to die on.
Yes.
My final pick here, Browns and Steelers. The over-under is set at 40. I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. Divisional unders cash tickets. Second time this year these teams have met, and let's be honest, it's not like either one is an offensive juggernaut here. Outdoors, Browns, Steelers, divisional game, that number is too high. We're going to take that as an under. Now, when we come back, we're going to go to our producer, Peter. He's got a teaser set up for you. It's a segment we call Don't Tease Me Bro. So we will recap all of our picks. We'll have a teaser for you. And we got some tailgate food on the way.
Finally!
All Indiana Bets is coming back. You're not going to need to buy a lottery ticket. I don't care if the jackpot is over $1 billion. We're going to make that much money today with these picks, Scott.
Okay, so first game, Texans-Colts. I'm predicting another tie. Play that one. Just take a screenshot of the others because I am so excited, Hammer. We have the guy from Between the Bun coming up next section.
Did you just pull a hot dog out of your pocket?
Didn't everybody notice that? That seems very typical.
Boy, if I had $1 for every time I've said that on television. Wow.
It is a hot dog. It is a deep-fried hot dog.
Even better.
Pulled pork, onions. Go ahead, man.
Oh, these are my picks, too. I want to get to the deep-fried hot dogs. I want to get to the pulled pork. So, Peter, give us a teaser that we can take to the bank, and then we'll all get ready to eat.
First of all, can I just say I love Scott's courage here. These are the quarterbacks. You see the teams on the screen.
Yeah.
These are the quarterbacks of the corresponding teams. Davis Mills, Anthony Brown, Baker Mayfield, Skylar Thompson, and Nathan Peterman. That is who Scott Long is hitching.
Parlay that together.
I'm pretty sure I took Math 101 at Ball State with like half of those guys. I think they were on the other rec team that we lost to back in the day. The teaser day, we're going all unders for that same reason. I mean, I just listed some of the quarterbacks that are going to be playing on NFL fields today. So we're going to take a bunch of unders: Jets, Dolphins, Bengals, Ravens, Browns, Steelers. We're just going to add 7 points to all of those totals. I think all are low-scoring games. And in this next game, Colts, Texans, you guys talked about it. I'm pretty surprised that neither of you decided to jump on the under in this game. 37.5 is the total, and I don't need to tease this one. We're just going to take the under straight up. These are the two worst offenses in the NFL. Not only that, these are two historically bad offenses, two of the 5 worst offenses the NFL has seen in the last decade. I'm pretty confident that Sam Ehlinger and Davis Mills will keep us under 37.5. So those are the picks for today. I'm going to shut up now. We got hot dogs and burgers and all kinds of other deliciousness in the kitchen.
Okay, Hammer.
Yep, there we go. Take it away.
This is top 3 hot dogs I've ever had in my life. And
Imagine how much better it would have been had you not pulled it out of your pocket.
Maybe that makes it better. I'm not gonna. Maybe I'll go down to between the bun and actually serve them out of my pocket. No, I will not.
Oh, there it is. Look at that right there. Look at that display of awesomeness. Between the bun is in the house. It's tailgate time. We'll talk about it next. Know is that when the food arrives with wet naps, you know something good is about to go down.
Let me check that out.
We've got a special delivery here, Scott. Between the bun is here. Scott Sims is the owner. Scott, tell us about Between the Bun.
Award-winning burgers, hot dogs, barbecue. Been around for about 11 years.
I mean, this is all the stuff you need to get through a game like the Colts and Texans today. I see bacon, I see deep-fried hot dogs, I see all kinds of stuff.
This looks like our show.
Yes, it does.
If you ask, what is All Indiana Bets? Well, you'd have a couple guys drinking and making bets, but that would be our menu.
Yes, this is it.
Scott, I'm not kidding. There was somebody that came into our show one day with a salad. Can you believe that? It was shameful. By the way, I'm a big fan of the smell of a wet nap. Is that going to keep me off of TV? I feel like I should have my own, Only Friends or Only Fans.
This just got really weird. Where are you guys located at, Scott?
We're on the south side at Southport and 37.
And you're open today. So if somebody wants to get any of this awesome spread, they can stop by Between the Bun and say, hey, I saw you on with Hammer and Scott. I saw you on All Indiana Bets. I want the food that they had, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, give me some food. Let's see what we got here.
Okay, which burger should I be getting?
Okay, let's try our smash burger. That's our smokestack burger.
Look at that.
Sauteed
I'm gonna
pepper.
Multiple patties. What kind of sauce is that on there?
That is our apple aioli.
I'm sorry, what is that?
Apple barbecue aioli.
Okay.
I have no idea what that is, but it looks good. And I bet when you're done eating it, you're going to need one of the wet naps here.
Hammer, you got to try that hot dog because that was, like I said, top 3 hot
I
dog.
don't want the one that you've had in your pocket.
No.
I want this one here.
Grab it, man.
What's this one?
That is your New York dog. Just
New
out of
York dog here.
Correct.
So what all do we have here?
You have sauerkraut, sauteed onions, and spicy brown mustard, all seasoned with our bottled seasonings.
This looks like something you would have if you were tailgating like outside of Lambeau or maybe before like a Brewers-Cubs baseball game or something. It's got kind of a Wisconsin kind of feel here. Wow.
Okay, I'm going to talk because my mouth's only half full, which is a victory.
Go ahead. I'm done.
Scott, when you decided, you told me off the air that you were a food truck, barbecue sauce food truck, then you became Between the Bun.
If we were going to be honest, it started at pool parties in the backyard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there, when you said, can I be honest, is there some kind of laws that you broke or something?
No, not at all, but if we're taking it all the way back, let's take it all the way back to the very beginning. So,
How do you start at a pool party? I'm sorry, I'm
throwing
curious.
pool parties, building sauces and seasonings, putting them on stuff, and people telling me I should sell them.
What kind of sauces are these wings?
Well, you've got your garlic parmesan, you've got BTB awesome sauce, because it's awesome, and then you've got spicy garlic.
I would expect the awesome sauce to be awesome. Now, what makes it so awesome?
We make it.
In-house?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So this isn't like something
All of our
where
sauces and
you
seasonings
have
are
a
in-house.
truck come in and here's the sauce. No, you make it in-house. Wow.
I'm so sad for the people that went down to the Colts game today and they're spending like $40
man.
for a lame-o burger.
These wings.
I just ate this amazing smash burger, wings. We paid for none of this, Scott. Thank you for bringing it to us.
Oh, man.
Once again, how do people get a hold of Scott and Between the Bun?
You can visit us on Facebook. You can hit our website, which is btbindy.com. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and of course, you can always come to the restaurant and see us.
Thank you so much, Scott. Between the Bun. Good luck, everybody. We'll talk to you next weekend.
11
on All
o'clock
Indiana
Sunday.
Bets.